Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. I'm Nathan, and every week, my co-host and girlfriend Rachel and I discuss all things in the sports drama universe.
Sprinkled in with pop culture, we cover topics from Bravo to Brady and everything in between. So keep listening to find out more. Cheers!
Welcome to the Connor McDavid episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose. I'm Nathan. Sitting over here to my right is Miss Rachel Rooney Eden. Rachel, how are you doing with your beautiful self?
Who's Connor McDavid? I wanted to get that out of the way first because you said last week that I didn't ask.
Connor McDavid is the best hockey player in the world right now. Him and the Edmonton Oilers lost in the Stanley Cup Finals this past year. However, he still won the Finals MVP, if you remember that.
Yes.
He's like the next coming. He's just the best hockey player that has ever probably walked the face of the earth.
Got it.
It's just that he's in Edmonton and they're finally kind of catching their stride.
In Canada.
Yeah. Surrey.
A. Yeah.
He's great, eh?
But I'm doing good. We've had the craziest past couple of days. We've been so busy just doing our thing, doing it up. But I'll let you explain. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. What would you like me to explain?
Well, how our weekend went and everything.
Sure. Friday night, we went to the Mike concert, formerly known as Mike Stud. Thank you, Hannah and George. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. They hit us up like, hey, you want to take our tickets? We said, absolutely. I haven't listened to Mike in a little while, but I used to be obsessed with him, and it kind of reinvigorated my fandom for him. I haven't stopped listening to him since, and it was a tremendous concert. It was on Pier 17. So I've always wanted to see him, and you've always wanted to go to a concert on Pier 17, so it was like our perfect alignment.
Two worlds collided,
and it was tremendous.
How did you like going to a concert there?
Awesome. I would literally go see paint dry there.
No, same. I think it was literally, arguably, it's the best venue. It's definitely better than the Barclays Center.
Oh, definitely better.
It's so much more intimate, and you're literally on a rooftop on the water in New York. It doesn't make any sense.
We have both skylines going.
It's crazy. It's literally crazy.
Right. You're waiting in line to get your drinks, and you look behind the bartenders and whoever's serving you, and it's literally just
the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty, yeah.
But it also doesn't make any sense because it's the max amount of persons up there. It's 3,900 or whatever, so it's definitely a smaller venue, a smaller setting, so it's you're never waiting too much, too long online, it wasn't packed to the gills.
No, we also went to the U.S. Open Monday night, and for the 3,900 people that were there at the concert, they had more vendors, more alcohol and food vendors there than they did for the tens of thousands of people that were at the U.S. Open. Think about it. There was only one Honey-Dew stand outside for all those people, yet there were so many beer lines and alcohol lines at the concert.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they did a great job there. I had the best time. And then Saturday, we went to my grandma and aunt's house and uncle, and we did a little movie projector outside, which was phenomenal time. Just so much fun with the fam, you know. Samantha and Neil were there. While Samantha and Neil are there, mid-movie, Samantha, her and her timing, just looks over and she's like, do you want to go to the U.S. Open? I'm like, wait, what's going on? I just sat down. I just got my popcorn and cookies. What's going on? And she's trying to, first of all, she had so many, Samantha, you had so many opportunities to talk to me, or talk to us at all. But literally, as soon as the movie starts, she wants to have a full-blown conversation. I'm like, wait, like, we need to, like, I was like, I'll talk to you about it later. Like, she's like, okay, yeah. But I'm like, no, Samantha, we need to talk about this after the movie. Like, we're literally talking in the middle of it. Like, it's such a Samantha-ism. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, Jesus Christ. But she was so funny. She was like, no, just take the tickets. She was nice enough to give me and you the tickets for Monday, day 1 of the U.S. Open, a tournament of which I have never been to.
Crazy to think about.
Yeah, crazy to think about that I've never been to. You've never been to it. We've never been to a tennis tournament ever.
No, never been to a professional tennis match at all.
And so we obviously had to say yes because in the name of the game, and as content kings and queen, and as sports drama reporters.
Just our duty.
Just our civic duty to go to the U.S. Open and to really take in everything, really see the sights, know it all. And it was literally like, I would say it was a 10 out of 10 experience.
It was. And I'm a tennis guy now.
No, I'm a tennis girl now. And like, here I am which by the way, I'm doing something that I said I would never do again, which is wear my hair in a bun on this very airwaves. And it's so, I just need everyone to know, like, I understand that I was like, I will never do this again. And like, I had to, because like we had to record and like, I couldn't wash my hair and then blow dryer and like do the whole thing. Like by the time we needed to record to get this out and like this, that, and the third. So like, unfortunately, everyone's going to have to look at this fucking thumb. Okay, with this sweater over it, but like it's giving tennis chic. All I need is a couple pearls and about $1 billion in my bag, and I'd match everyone else at the U.S. Open. But yeah, so I just needed to address that because like I'm trying to give like tennis, but like it's really not. It's just giving like you need to wash your hair.
You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay.
Not your hair, nothing.
Oh, sure.
We are drinking out of our U.S. Open cups that we got for once we got our honey deuces.
Yeah, I think that was like first things first. First of all, let's just like dive into the U.S. Open in a way that getting to the U.S. Open, if you live in like the New York metro area or whatever, if you live like easily where you can just hop on a train in Manhattan, it was a phenomenal experience. I mean, obviously, like you had to like transfer. Once you're on the 7, like you literally get off there, you walk across the boardwalk or whatever that boardwalk thing is, and you're in tennis heaven. Like I would literally say it's like it's Disney World for tennis. Now, when you approach the gates, it's like a clusterfuck. Like I would definitely say like, don't let your anxiety get the best of you there because I was literally losing my mind. Like, it's just like literally a circle, like a mob of people trying to get in through the scanners. Like, it's like a la concert venues, like when you have to go through the scanners and all that junk. But like, it's just like a circle of people. So it just looks more chaotic.
Right.
But once you're through, you're through. Right. And it's like literally once you're through those beeper scanner things, like literally it's like, the signs no longer are welcome to the U.S. Open. It's like they're framed by like shrubbery. They're framed by like florals, and it's so much more big and grand. Like once you're inside, and it's phenomenal inside of there. And once we got in there, we're like, obviously, first things first, we have to go get the honey deuce. Like. Yep. Needed, have to, gotta have it. And
line was outrageous.
The lines were outrageous for everything though, but like the food options there were insane. Like they had like barbecue, poke bowls, pizza, fried chicken, but like from the likes of like freaking Crown Shy has a place there. Cocodoke has Fuku, like all these places. I'm like, this is literally crazy. Like top notch, top of the like top stuff in the city, like has little, what are those things? Vendors there. And I've never been to a place like that. Like I was like, this is fabulous.
Same, but the lines were just interesting. I just think that I don't know what they have to do, but you can't tell when the lines end, where they start.
Yeah.
Once like while you were in the Honey Deuce line, I went to go get us poke bowls or poke bowl, and once I found the end of the line, like the line went so fast.
Yeah.
And the poke bowl itself, we got a spicy tuna with rice.
So good.
It was outrageously good.
No, it was so good.
Probably, I would say that's probably the best food item I've ever had at a sporting event.
I would definitely agree with you, and I'm honestly like a little upset that we didn't get the Crown Chai chicken sandwich because I've never been to Crown Chai and I've always wanted to go, and so it was just like one of those things. Like I don't know if we should try it right now because like I really like my mind was set on a poke bowl and like it was so good. Like if you have the option there, like might as well get it, you know, and like. That's when it's like things are changing. Like at the US Open, there's money there because it's sponsored by Amex. Like there's Chase, it's JP Morgan. Like because all of these like rich ass freaking people are like wanting to go watch tennis. So like they're going to have all the best of the best. Like this is no little league match. You know, this is the tennis of
US Open.
Yeah. It was crazy. Like I will not get over how like amazing it was.
It was awesome. It was sick. And I honestly like I knew I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much.
And then we're online waiting for the Honey Deuce, which by the way is like literally the world's greatest vodka drink.
Yeah, so the Honey Deuce itself, if you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a vodka drink with like some lemonade, some grenadine.
Yeah, it's Grey Goose vodka, which isn't even like, which is just so crazy to me that it's Grey Goose. Like it's Grey Goose vodka. It's Shambui, which it's like a raspberry liqueur. I think it's Shambui. It's like a little circle, lemonade, and then honeydew melon balls that are like tennis balls.
And I would like, they're probably the most expensive drink I've ever gotten.
Totally.
But you get a cup.
Yeah,
and
$23 freaking dollars for one drink. I'm like crazy.
Boy, I wanted to like not like it, so I could just like get a beer after.
Yeah,
these things were unreal.
Yeah, so good. No, like
it's like
good.
the perfect summer drink.
It is. I feel like we should try to make them this weekend.
We should.
Like we should definitely try to like get the ingredients.
So they sold over 450,000 of these last year, which amassed over $10 million, which was enough to pay the purse out for the men and the women champions, which is
way.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
But just kind of like you were mentioning, it just shows how much money is there and like how much.
I would put $10 million worth. Like if I had $10 million, like I would buy 450,000 of the Honey Deuces only, like 100%. Like I would fully.
I would never drink another drink ever again in my life.
No,
if I could just have a Honey Deuce every day.
Me too. Like it was so good. I wonder how it would be with tequila though. What do you think?
It would be tremendous. Put
Even
some Patron,
better.
Even better.
Like I think that we should. I honestly do think that we should try to make them.
I don't think it's ironic that we don't drink vodka for specific reasons, and then we got in a little spat after drinking a couple of vodkas.
I know, it's actually very funny that we did. Yeah, because you were. I can't even right now. If you really want to get into like our little bicker sesh, but like it was literally your fault, and like I cannot even like. I honestly was like, I was being a little nice to you, like there, like I was just like, I really can't, but like it was literally all your fault. And that was it. Like it was like case in point, all your fault, and you got mad for literally no reason. And then afterwards, you literally proved my point with what you said. Like I literally, basically, I was trying to take content there because literally I was like, okay, we have to get content while you're there. And then you're annoyed that I'm taking content of you. And then because
I'm not annoyed. It's just like I turned my head a little bit, like, oh, don't turn your head. I'm like, I've been looking straight ahead for 50 seconds.
No, you weren't actually. It was 14 seconds, okay? Because I literally have the video on my phone, and then you're like, did you get it? I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm trying to adjust the lighting. You were literally sitting there for 14 seconds. It was the only thing I got. It was actually an ass video, so I can't even use it. And then lo and behold, you're giving me attitude for it.
I'm like, you attitude.
Yes, you did. You literally gave me attitude, and I was like, well, I need to take the content. And then we go to sit back down at the chairs, and you're like, this is a great opportunity for content, like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no way are you saying this to me right now? I literally was losing my mind. Like, I was like, there's just simply no way. There's simply no way. And then literally you looked over at me at one point and you were like, I love you. And I was like, this is so ridiculous. So good to know that you also get like that on vodka. Okay? Because I was very calm, cool, and collected. Like, I was literally just out here trying to be so cute, trying to get content, like trying to be nice. And like, you're literally just like,
no,
you had 14 seconds you had to do something. 14 seconds.
I wanted to get back to the seat so we could watch the match so we could know what the heck.
You were watching the match when I was taking the content. Your head was literally facing the court. You literally were watching it.
but I want to get back to the seats so we can actually watch it and be part of it.
The match was going on for 3 hours and 17 minutes, okay? 14 seconds was okay that I was taking that from you.
It took forever to get our second dose of honey deuces. That like we were already gone for so many times.
You could still watch the match though when we were getting the honey deuces. It's an open stadium.
I couldn't see the match at all when we were getting the honey deuces.
Well, yes, you definitely were because I was waiting online and your ass was over there watching
it. For 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
For 2 seconds.
So do you remember? So were you not watching it or were you?
I wanted to get back to the seats.
Exactly. So.
And then what happened was.
That's what I'm saying.
We went to go get chicken fingers.
No, oh yeah, we went to go get chicken fingers.
And I said, Bubba. Go, like, do you need to go to the bathroom?
And I said to you, like, well, what do you want to do? Like, I was like, I don't know. Like, should I go to the bathroom? Like, are we going to go together? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, I have no idea what we're doing. Like, I'm literally all turned around. There's 1,000 people there.
And I said, okay, but if you need to go to the bathroom, like, go now. I can wait in line for the chicken fingers. And then after we get the chicken fingers, I can go to the bathroom.
And if you think that you were saying it like this to me, you definitely were not.
That's literally what I was saying.
No, you
weren't listening. No, that's why I got so frustrated.
Because I was trying to get content of you, and then you were over the content only for you to say that all you wanted was content. So stupid.
Regardless,
anyway.
The match that was going on was Francis Tiafoe, number 10 ranked tennis.
20.
I'm sorry, number 20 ranked tennis player in the world, number 5th ranked U.S. man in the world, and versus Alexander Kovacic.
Yeah, I think you're something like that.
Who we thought was from Eastern Europe. Turns out he's actually a local New York City guy, and he was electric as well. He's climbing the ranks. He's about at 75 in the world, number 75 in the world right now. Unreal match.
It was unbelievable. Like we went to the Louis Armstrong. I never know.
I think it's Louis.
So the Louis Armstrong Stadium, because that's what the tickets were for. So there's the Arthur Ashe Stadium in there, and then there's a Louis Armstrong Stadium, Louis whatever. And so we went in there, smaller venue, but it's like open on the top, which was so cool because the sun was setting. The vibes were immaculate. It's the largest like open ventilated arena in the world or something like that. We read a little sign that said that. And then all of a sudden when we got back to our seats, the roof was closed. So that was cool that they were able to do that. And then we were just sitting there comfortably. Like we had phenomenal seats.
Yep.
Sitting there cool as a cucumber, king and queen of the tennis world over there, just sitting there and watching it all.
Sure.
I've learned so much. But also I learned that tennis is like, they need to give these people a break. Like it's just way too long. Like I didn't know that you have to win like 6 rounds in one set. And then you have to win the set. But then you have to win 3 out of 5 sets for men, 2 out of 3 sets for women, but 6 times within the one set. So it's like, and like you can go back and forth and back and forth. Like I'm like, oh my God, this sport is too long. These people are tired.
Yeah, I mean
Tiafoe changed his shirt 5 times.
Yeah,
5.
Every TV timeout, he took his shirt off. I couldn't tell. Sometimes he put a new one on. I couldn't tell if he was changing or if he was putting the same one on.
There's no way. I saw him open the plastic,
really?
Which is like kind of weird. They probably went and got it because they were selling his exact outfit at the U.S. Open merch stand or whatever. But they may have literally ran and got him some, like, and shoved it in his bag.
No, I'm sure he had a shit ton in his locker, but they may have. They also got him a new pair of sneakers at one point in time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. But it was amazing. And you talked about how long the matches were. Like, I guess it doesn't come across in TV as much, but you can realize it when you're there, like how much of a mental battle it is. Like just reading their mannerisms, like being close enough to where you can see like their facial expressions between the points, even during the TV timeouts. Their coaching staff and like their own little their crew is like literally court side, so you can see them, how they interact with them and how they're communicating with them. So I guess I just didn't. I mean, I knew sports in general is just very mental thing for every sport, but like tennis especially, like it's a grind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because you can lose momentum and lose focus like that.
Yeah, and then your round is done.
Right, exactly. But I loved it. The second match we saw was Priscilla Hahn versus Arina Sabalenka, the number 2 ranked woman in the world. Where's she from?
Where is she from?
Where's she from?
Belarus.
Belarus.
Yeah, Belarus. I was like, where's Belarus? You're like, Belarus. I was like, okay, please.
And she dominated. That was an awesome match. But like another thing I didn't realize is that match is depending on when the men's match ends. So like that match, the women's match didn't get started till after 11 p.m.
Right, because the men's match started at 7 and it was 3 hours and 17 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then from that, they needed to like take a break, readjust, like everything. And so they need a short intermission. And yeah, so the women's match did not start until 11. Like I was like, there is no way. There's simply no way.
Right.
It was crazy.
Right. It was.
But thankfully that only went on for like a little over an hour or something like that, yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Arena just did her thing.
She won in 2 straight sets.
Yeah.
And Priscilla put up a fight. She had a good little run there. You mentioned a couple of times like I guess you need to watch more women's tennis to see like how women typically wear their hair. But like Arena had hers in a bun, and Priscilla had hers down her back in a ponytail, and it just like looked extremely distracting for her.
It's just crazy because I think that after like looking, like it looks like maybe that's like Priscilla's thing, like the ponytail, but like as a girl who's played sports, like as a girl, like just looking at it, I'm like, with your hair like down the back of your neck, like it's so hot and humid, like as you're sweating, like you see her ponytail sticking to like her back, and like she just kept having to play with it. Like just put it in a bun, like literally just put it in a bun for the sake of it, like, or put it in like a braid at least and then tie it, because like there to me is like no worse feeling than like having the hair like stick to your back. It is terrible. Have you ever had that? No, right? Like your hair's never been long enough?
No.
Think about,
this is the longest my hair's probably ever been.
But like think about like having like your hair like long, and then I don't know. I see like, Bubba, you have curly hair. You can't like run your hands through your hair like that.
Sorry,
But
Conor McDavid.
Literally, if your hair is like long enough, like imagine it like just hot on the back, like on the back in there, sticking to the back of your neck. It's awful. It feels like little creepy. It's disgusting. I don't know if that's just my thing with like sweat and everything. Like I just can't do it. Right. But it's disgusting, grotesque.
Interesting.
So, but overall, great experience. Thank you,
experience.
Samantha and Neil. We literally
thank you. Seriously,
were
thank you, Samantha.
obsessed.
Thank you, Neil. You guys did not need to give us the tickets, but we appreciate it, and it was a tremendous experience. And definitely, we're tennis people now, and we're gonna go to more tennis matches and follow it more. We watched it last night as well, and we watched the Carlos Alcaraz match. And Carlos Alcaraz, and same thing with Francis Tiafoe. Like these dudes that like are the top of the totem pole for tennis, they're yoked.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Like they're wild. But an interesting part of watching the Carlos Alcaraz match is just Nick Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios is still coming back from an injury, still rehabbing, but he's been staying busy in the media, and he was doing the on-court interviews, and so he interviewed Carlos Alcaraz after, and he asked honestly some really great questions, and he like spoke very well and just incredibly knowledgeable and funny. I just thought it was like it showed a different light of Kyrgios. What do you think?
I love Nick Kyrgios, or whatever. Is it Kyrgios? Kyrgios?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I mean, I'm a big fan of him, and I can't wait for him to come back, because like now that I'm into tennis, like, and I like him, like I can't wait to see what he does in the court, you know? And honestly, like it just makes me want to try tennis. Like it makes me want to try it out and everything, you know? I just like, to me, like I just feel like I know that I would be that person that like grunts, like, ugh, or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Because I know that I would. Okay. Don't you ever literally dare do that again. Okay?
What?
No, like literally ever. Okay?
Why?
Like, That was the most
tennis grunt.
That was disturbing. That was not a tennis grunt. That was
tennis grunt.
Literally something that I'll never be able to get out of my ears ever again. That was disturbing.
That's just rude. That's just rude.
Disturbing.
That's rude. You're being rude.
Disturbing.
Rude and disrespectful.
Oh my God. You know what you're being? Disturbing. Okay. I'm scarred for the rest of my life.
Sure.
But yeah, now I can't even go on with my point anymore just because I literally thought that I'd be like the way that these people, I'm like, they give there's no shame in it, and I think that I would have some shame, I wouldn't be able to actually oh yeah, I guess if you're number 2 in the world, you don't care, but I'm not, just Joe Schmo in the street, they would literally think a porno was happening, I guess, with the way that I'd be fucking doing that thing.
Yeah, especially with my grunt.
Yeah, with your grunt, it'd be literally a little problematic. They didn't know if you were playing for the men's or the women's.
A big conversation every year at the U.S. Open is, will a U.S. man or woman win their side of the tournament? Obviously, since
who will win? You're saying, or will? What do you mean, will?
Will a U.S.
Oh, will U.S. Got it.
Tennis player win?
Got
last year,
right.
Coco Gauff won.
Right.
However, a male hasn't won since let me look on the cup, a long time ago. I should have wrote this down.
How do you know which one's from America though? You don't know.
I do know.
Yeah.
Andy Roddick in 2003 was the last one.
Okay, sure.
So it's been a long time since a man won it. So we'll see. The top men are Taylor Fritz, Tommy Paul, Frances Tiafoe, who we saw, Ben Shelton. And
Tommy Paul's gonna play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was there. She was actually there. I think the first Paige Lorenz or whatever. She opened her own brand Dairy Boy, whatever. She opened a little store in Soho this week too. So I just think it's big press.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you sent to me too that Paige Lorenz, the influencer who's dating Tommy Paul, the top men's guy, that basically not only is he getting a lot of followers and brand deals this week, but so is she, because so many eyes are on her too. She said that she has over 15 brand deals over the next 2 weeks that she has to do.
Holy shit.
So, because everyone's watching her too. So it's kind of crazy that now these influencer girls or women, whatever, partners, I should say, because it really doesn't matter, are getting the same amount of brand deals, if not more, than their athletic counterparts.
Yeah, I actually came across a fascinating article that actually talks about this, especially in the tennis world, how the women who are dating or married to these men, it's an own little industry in and of itself, and if not like you just mentioned, they're becoming bigger than their boyfriends who are performing or husbands that are performing. Fascinating. I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Speaking of brand deals, and you kind of mentioned it, they actually asked Tiafoe about him debuting his kit, what he was wearing for the match. What do you think about that? And we need to get you to start reviewing some of these outfits, tennis outfits.
Yeah, I honestly loved the lavender haze, I think they were calling it, that Frances Tiafoe wore, was just a lavender sleeveless tank and short set. Obsessed. He looked amazing. And then obviously for the women, Naomi Osaka's Nike green, white, big bow in the back. I am obsessed. It's so fun. I think the tutu thing reminds me of Serena Williams. And I think I believe it was it Virgil with off-white that first gave her first tutu, or it was something along the lines of that, and I think that just so fun. I think that a tutu is just it just makes it more childlike. I think it just makes the sport more fun for the people playing it. And I think if you wear something that's very expressive, that's really the only other way that you can express yourself other than doing moves, if you can do them, because other than that you can't really do much on the court. You're not really allowed, right? What else can you really do? You can't speak anything, you know what I mean? You can't really say anything, you can't do anything other than grunt. So expressing it through your little kit, your uniform, I'm obsessed. But Naomi Osaka definitely took the cake, unfreaking believable. The big bow, the big skirt, everything, the ruffles, the tutu, the layering, like I would wear that on the street, you know? So the fact that she's wearing it on the court, it's even better.
Love it.
It's just hard. Like I guess like what else can like you really do except add some layers? Like, but I'm excited to see like what more happens in the tennis world. I think that the US Open this year is going to do a lot for that. Like I think that if you perform here, and especially with the people like Naomi Osaka and Frances Tiafoe, like the people that we saw that had like more interesting attire, it's going to open the doors for more people to be able to like look into, okay, like if they're doing that, like maybe I can do this type of thing, you know?
Yeah, for sure. The problem is,
inspo, as they say.
yeah, absolutely. The problem is that those top players are the ones that have the top brand deals, so they're the ones working with Nike and Adidas and.
Yeah, but so like they could still like other people can still get stuff. You can get stuff made.
Sure, and they're working with other
custom.
Yeah.
Ever heard of custom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
But yeah, we will definitely be tuning in more to tennis. Like I think I just need to get into it. Like because I actually think I would be good at it. Maybe.
I agree. No, don't know until you try.
Yeah, and honestly, you don't know until you try, and like. I really want to try it. The only thing I'm honestly scared about, like the thing I keep thinking about is like how many times have they been hit in the face with the tennis ball?
You're not going to get hit in the face with a tennis ball.
That's what I just like always think about though. Like literally always.
You know Dave Grutman?
No.
Like the Miami, like he owns 11 and all those restaurants.
Oh, sure.
He lost a bunch of weight just from playing tennis.
Okay, like are you telling me that I need to lose weight?
No, but what I was going to the point I was going to get to is that what he said is that like the way to play like competitive tennis at like a leisurely level is to like not do an overhand serve. Like you just do like an underhand serve. So like, cause you get the exercise by like getting a rally, hitting the ball back and forth. Like, and as long as you're doing that, like you won't get hit in the face. Like cause you're doing an underhand serve. So like the serve is the most powerful strike.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we need to try out tennis. Like,
yeah.
How are we gonna do this? We need to buy rackets.
Yeah, we need to buy rackets, and then we just go. We can go to Paragon or whatever it's called.
Paragon Sports, yeah,
sure
and go get
them.
some tennis rackets.
Mm-hmm. Christian and Ariane play every week.
Yeah, I think that we need to find a court like maybe in Central Park or something, or maybe do you think Skytown has one?
No, they have like a pickleball set up, but not.
Okay, maybe. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll get back to everybody.
Quick Google search.
Yeah.
Moving on. In the news this week is Mr. Deion Sanders, the head coach of the Colorado football team. We've talked about him a lot. He's back in the news because he banned a columnist from the Denver Post from asking him any more questions.
No more questions, Your Honor.
No more questions. And the college itself, the University of Colorado, they actually came out with a statement as well, supporting Deion on this. And they cited as to why they banned Sean Keeler, the columnist from Denver Post. They cited that Keeler has called Deion Deposition Deion, the Bruce Lee of BS, a false prophet, and also the Deion Kool-Aid, and called his whole what he has going on a circus. So he has attacked Deion in a number of different columns or whatever, and he has made it a bit personal. But what do you think about the school and the coach banning a reporter from saying like
free speech? That's what I have to say. But I mean, if it's a reporter for the school, then like obviously like you need to like have good things to say. Like they're not gonna wanna.
It's like a newspaper from the city. It's like the New York Post.
Getting banned, like I don't know, like then they ban him. Like it just kind of like.
Don't you think it's soft?
I mean, yeah, but it's like one of those things. Like, why waste your time? Like it's like that's what you're focused on. Like I don't know, like. Obviously, like Deion Sanders, you said, like, has made, like, a really good team and everything. But, like, if that's what he's focused on, like, maybe you need to focus your time and energy somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, these articles shouldn't mean anything to you then if you don't feel like that there or something, you know?
Right. It's kind of been my thing about Deion since he's taken over at Colorado. And, like, I've said it before, but, like, he makes it so much about him.
Right.
And, like, he's a rah-rah guy. And he has to be because, like, Colorado was nothing before he got there, and it hasn't been for a long time. So, like, yes, he has to create buzz. He has to create story headlines, and he has to be eccentric and, like, like be on social media and just be a presence in college football. Of course he does. But like part of that, like part of the good comes the bad, comes the criticism. Like if you can't handle the criticism or like one columnist like possibly being negative towards you, like how mentally weak are you? And I'm not calling him mentally weak and like the devil's advocate of that is that like Dion has been open about like his mental health and like actually like at one point in his playing career he actually attempted to commit suicide, so it's like something he's always like struggled with, but it's not the way he presents himself, and he's very like aggressive like when it comes to dealing with the media and like his opinions, so like it just seems contradictory that like he's not allowing someone else to present their perspective.
Yeah, I mean it's like one of those things like to me it's just like I appreciate this, but it's like one of those things like it's stupid. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool.
Like it's stupid to me because it's like you're gonna ban someone like from saying what they have to say. Like it just kind of like a reporter just gonna do his own thing anyway. You know, like it doesn't mean anything
Still
about
gonna write
you.
a story.
Exactly. Like it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
That's something I saw. Who knows where it was, on TikTok, Instagram, wherever, or honestly, like, I don't know if I was watching something or reading something, but it basically was like along the lines of like sometimes like in certain occasions, whatever, like people get mad or people react at things like when, or they take it like this when they believe it to be true, you know? So it's like if for instance, this circus comment, like maybe he thinks that it feels that way because maybe he has a little bit of imposter syndrome. Like maybe he's like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I've never ran a football team. Like I'm trying the best I can. And that's like his front is that like I have it all together or whatever. But like this person is like just like nicking away at like how he truly feels. So I think it's like just eating at him that he felt the need to like now bring it to the school to be like, no, like you need to like ban this guy. But like I think it's because it's like a part of his insecurity.
Interesting take.
Thank you.
Moving on to something I think that you believe will be a lot more interesting. Your boy CeeDee Lamb got paid.
Woo! Give me that money for the honey deuces. He could buy a lot with the amount he got, right?
Yeah, 4 years, $136 million, $100 million of which is guaranteed.
So crazy.
He'll be in Dallas at least for the next 4 years.
Woo!
Our dreams, or my dreams of him coming to the Patriots and us cheering for the same team is dead.
Yes.
My lady.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy for him. He got what he deserved and more. I think that he is just amazing. They released a hype video for him, like when he signed everything. I was just like, oh my God, he's just so amazing. And he was like, I do it from a family. Like, it's just so crazy to me, like how much money that is. How much money it is. Like, it is so wild.
Right.
Like, you're just negotiating with the hundreds of millions up there.
Yep.
That's wild.
Crazy.
Good for him. He deserves it, though.
Yes.
He's literally amazing. Like, and it's like if the Dallas Cowboys, who have a fat-ass bank account, can't pay their best player with a fat-ass check, then we need to keep it moving, and he needs to go somewhere that appreciates him. So I'm glad that they appreciate him. Thank you.
Well, the man signing those checks, Jerry Jones, has faced some criticism because this negotiation took so long. And when it's rare that people in Jerry Jones's seat, as the owner of a team, is also the general manager and making the personnel decisions, doing the negotiations themselves. It's a rare thing.
But why is it a rare thing? Like, as an owner, what do you really have to do? Nothing, right? When you're an owner, don't you just own the team?
Well, I'm sure that yeah, and you can delegate as much as you want. I guess you can be like an absentee owner and just have everybody else run it.
Right, and then he's just like a general manager.
Right, but he's like in the weeds of everything. Like the sponsorship deals, like hiring coaches, hiring training staff, like signing the players, like working with the scouting department to see to develop a plan for the next season, who they're going to draft.
He should be looking into how to pay the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders some more money, though.
Sure.
For sure.
Sure. But he was, in the midst of this criticism, he was asked on a radio interview if he would ever consider relieving himself of those duties and having somebody else take over. And his quote was fascinating. I hate reading on this podcast because I can't read. Would you like to read?
Oh, sure.
It's right here.
Should I say I do it in an accent?
You can try.
I'm just joking. I've done it all. So I have an inordinate amount of confidence that, fuck, if anybody can figure it out how to get this shit done, I can figure it out how to get it done, the 81-year-old said. 81? This man should run for president at this point. I've been there every which way from Sunday, and I busted my ass a bunch. So hell no, there's nobody that can fucking come in here and do all the contracts and be GM any better than I can. It's kind of crazy. It's like a crazy take.
It's a crazy take, especially when the last Super Bowl you won was 1995.
But I also think that he just like in here, like he's just in it. You know what I mean? Like he's just in the thick of it. Like can't see out. There's no way out for him. Like he's just in it and he's trying the best he can.
He must be impossible to work with and work for.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, maybe.
Seems like a stubborn.
Yeah, but I mean,
man.
He's also like the GM of the Dallas Cowboys, which is the most profitable NFL team. So it's like, or sports team in general, right? Or one of that,
NFL team.
Yeah. So it's like, what's really like, I mean, obviously a Super Bowl win is like what he wants, but like, would you rather a Super Bowl win or being the most profitable?
Super Bowl win.
So like,
you're gonna be rich either way.
100%, but like, you're still the GM of the Dallas Cowboys, like literally the number one team in the NFL. Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, like the number one team, but like it is the number one team. Like it is the number one sports franchise in the United States. So like he is a big part of making that.
Money-wise, yes.
Yeah, money-wise. So it's like
But
he's worth his own investment.
Other people value championships more than they value the dollar signs.
But other people value dollar signs more than they value championships.
Sure.
So really who's on top here? Jerry Jones with $1 billion or
Robert Kraft with 6 championships.
Yeah, with a team that's not going to win any games this year. So they're going to say championships, or is he going to say money?
He's making money too. They're the 4th or 5th highest value franchise still.
But not number one.
Not number one.
So, and they're not number one in championships either in this moment in time.
But he's number one in ownership. They're tied for number one in championships in the NFL, but he's number one owner with championships. The other teams that have that they've gone through different ownerships.
Right, but Jerry Jones is number one money-wise. So business-wise, and I'm not saying I'm a business.
Sure,
fan.
you guys make the money, just never win a championship. That's fine.
So would you rather make the money or would you rather win a championship?
Win a championship.
Oh, so would you rather win a championship and have $0 or have $100 million and win no championship? Exactly.
I actually had this conversation with my godfather.
Case in point.
I disagree. I had this conversation with my godfather on the phone today where we were talking about Tom Brady and his announcing contract. And it was a very similar conversation where it was like Brady took a lot of pay cuts during his time with the Patriots so that they could pay other players around him and they could win more championships. Okay?
Right.
And although he did not make that money then, winning the championships increased his overall value so that after he retired or while his career was coming to an end, he was able to make more money in endorsements, creating businesses, and now with this media contract that he signed, like a $300-something million contract to like just be a commentator on Sundays. He wouldn't make that money unless he won the championships. So like win the championships brings a completely different level of value that I think that Mr. Jerry Jones misses.
Yeah, but you're talking about a player versus an owner and like an organization. Like they're two very different things.
True, but I think that even Robert Kraft would probably say
like
similar.
Because the Dallas Cowboys aren't going to retire after this season and then go get a commentator job for the NFL. You know what I mean? So it's like you're literally comparing apples and oranges are two completely different things.
Well, I'd rather win championships.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you'd rather win championships over there with $0. That's all I'm saying. But anywho, talking about winning championships, let's go over to the Kansas City Chiefs rings. These rings actually came out, the Super Bowl rings came out in June. We didn't report on them till now in the only way we know how, in our fashion, better late than never, but never late is better. You know what I mean? But here we are. And I'm going to give you some fast facts about the championship rings. They were created by Jostens. And these rings are worth $40,000, which is like a little interesting. To me, though, that seems low. Like for
per ring.
per ring, I understand. But per ring, for the amount of diamonds, rubies, like work that goes into it, $40,000 does not seem like a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's like a cheaper by the dozen type of thing. Like they're getting probably like 100 of them made. So like if you got one made, it would be a lot more money. But the fact that you're getting like 100 of them made at once, like
it just seems like it's not a lot of money though. $40,000 is not a lot. Like, I'm sorry, like for all of those diamonds, like what for? I'm just so confused. Like maybe, but it's like not going to bring the cost down by that much. Like I'm just thinking maybe that some of these are lab grown. Like they have to be because like there's actually no way. And then when I looked on the Johnson's website, like they literally make like regular college rings too. Like it's not just like championship rings. Like they make like regular schmegular. Like they sell to the public too. It's no Jason to Beverly Hills.
Okay.
But the Chiefs rings. Let's get into it. They are meticulously crafted with 16 custom-cut rubies, symbolic of the 16 outright division titles in franchise history. The logo of like the Chiefs sits atop of 4 Lombardi trophies. Each trophy is set with a single Marquise diamond representing the Chiefs' 4 Super Bowl titles. The bases of the trophies are comprised of 19 baguette diamonds, an homage, whatever that word is, to being the first team in 19 years to win back-to-back Super Bowl titles.
You know what the last team was?
The Patriots.
Thank you.
58 diamonds are set in the ring on top as a tribute to Super Bowl 58. And ascending both the top and bottom edges of the ring are 11 custom-cut rubies representing the Chiefs' 11 regular season wins in 2023. And on the inside, my favorite part, I love that these rings are doing this now, that they're adding a whole new dimension, a whole new set. There's a hidden mechanism where you can open up the ring. And on top of the inside of the ring, there is a play that is etched into the ring. And by a play, I mean literally the play that the Super Bowl winning game was made, the touchdown that happened in the handwriting of Andy Reid. So literally the coach's handwriting of the last play that won the Super Bowl is on the left-hand side. It's actually called a Tom and Jerry play. And then obviously the 2/11/24, which was the championship date. The right side of the ring, after the Tom and Jerry play on the other side, is a miniature football field recreated in red and silver and set with Lombardi trophies in the center, ranging from 1 to 4 trophies depending upon the recipient's time with the organization. So you could literally have 1 if you just were with them for 1 Super Bowl, or 4 if you were with them for 4. And the field is encased by a thin piece of glass, and behind it is a floating 17 miniature gold leaf Lombardi trophy confetti. They move around kind of like a snow globe that reenact the on-field celebration and commemorate the 17 points scored in the AFC Championship game to secure their 4th Lamar Hunt trophy in 5 seasons. Above the field is a Super Bowl 58 logo designed to emulate the iconic Welcome to Las Vegas sign as a nod to the host city. These rings are incredible. They're probably one of my favorite rings I've ever seen. I love rubies because as a July baby, my birthstone is a ruby, so I really love the red rubies and the diamonds. I love the inside. I love the last play. Like, there is so many symbolic things that happen inside of it. Like, it's just crazy to me where it's like 11 diamonds here represent this, 38 diamonds here represent this, and it's like, how do they know how to put how many diamonds into each letter? How do they know how to, like, it's so wild to me. There's so much thought and time that go into creating these rings and crafting these rings. It's so special. Like, it's unbelievable. The rings are gorgeous. Definitely my, like, top, like, probably my favorite.
Yeah, I always wonder how they're going to make these rings better and better, and they keep on doing it.
Keep doing it.
I don't understand how, but yeah, this ring's tremendous. Like, same thing like that you were saying. I'm fascinated with like the big brains that come up with like the symbolism of it all. Like, I couldn't imagine. Like, I would just put like a 17 for like the 17.
100%. I'd be like, throw some 17 carats in this thing.
Right, exactly.
And just call it what it is.
Exactly. Like, just put the 4 championships, like, trophies in there. Like, I would never think about, like, the stem being something and, like, the top of the trophy being something. My brain just would never conceptualize that.
It's amazing.
It's fascinating.
And they also put on the ring on the side, it says overtime, because it's like one of 2 Super Bowls that's ever went into overtime or something like that. So it's like a big deal that they went into overtime.
You know the last team before this to win a championship in overtime?
The Patriots?
Yes.
Amazing.
It's Atlanta Falcons.
I love it.
Beautiful job, Bubba.
Thank you.
And now is a story that is right in our wheelhouse. It's an athlete by the name of Cody Ford, offensive lineman for the Cincinnati Bengals. He was dating a influencer by the name of Tiana Robillard.
Sure.
So a quick timeline of their relationship. Back in 2022, they started dating. 2023, they became Instagram official. By April of 2024, they got engaged. And then April, May, so 2 months after they got engaged, she found him cheating on her for the second time of their relationship and left. And since she has a social media presence, talked about it, went on podcasts, gave all the details and all that good stuff. It's recirculating now because Mr. Ford has moved on quickly and is dating a new influencer by the name of Leah Rodriguez, who attended the Bengals' latest preseason game, wearing the same jacket that the prior girlfriend, Tiana, wore to games as well.
Yeah, this is like a sticky situation. I've tried to look into this a little bit. It seems like very insane. Like basically when he cheated on her the first time, like back in 2022, he gifted her a car afterwards, a la love bombing. Did you know this? He gifted her a car afterwards, and then as of recently, she took said car when she found out that he was cheating on her again, packed up her stuff, and I think she went from either Houston to Dallas or Dallas to Houston, wherever her family is, one of those, and they were living in the other city. So whichever one they were going across, drives the car there. Then she like flies out somewhere else to just like be with her friends. And with that, he got lawyers involved to seize the car since the car is under his name, and took the car back from her 2 years later.
Douchebag.
Oh, yeah. And apparently, like, I guess the clothes that this girl was wearing are, like, leftover clothes that this girl had, like, in the house that they shared together.
Right. Like, she's not going to take her freaking Bengals. Why is she going to ever wear Bengals gear again?
Yeah, like, I'm just... I honestly like don't really know too much about them. I don't know who this girl Tiana was before all of this like went down, but it just seems very messy. And it's so crazy to me because like then she's like talking about, she's like, why are guys like this? Like guys are like, it's so crazy like how many guys are like this and stuff. And it's like they're really not. Like it's like when girls get stuck in these situations, like I totally understand. Like, it's awful. It's horrible. And, like, when he cheats on you, he gives you a car. Like, baby girl, I'm riding in that, too. You know what I mean? Like, but push to start. But, like, it's so crazy to me. Like, he's just an asshole. Like,
right.
He's literally just a dick.
Right.
Like, there's no other way to describe it. This guy's just a legit dick. And like I don't understand how people can act that way. I literally just don't understand. Like if he really loved you, he wouldn't be acting that way. Like, or if you really like, it's just like it's so crazy to me. Like there's something literally wrong with this man.
But my question is like what's
and
up?
It's gross.
What's up with the new girl? Like the new girl, like
she doesn't give a fuck.
But like you're putting yourself in that same situation. He's obviously gonna cheat on you. Like what are you doing wearing this other girl's clothes? Like I would just like. You have that money, get me one.
Think about Dea, Cordell, and Serena. This bitch does not care. Like, she does not care. Like, as long as she has her NFL man, as long as he's paying for her dinners, like, that's what she wants. She doesn't give a fuck, this new girl. Like, do you think that she's falling in love with him because he has a good heart? He had a full fucking other girlfriend who was posting about him. That fiance, yeah, he's been living with for the past 3 years, 2 years, whatever the fuck. Like, this girl has no fucks. These people have no remorse. It's so vile how some of these people are literally black to their souls. Like, I'm all here for Tiger Woods leaving his lady at the airport, for him being a scumbag like that, because like he is one. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like you roll with it, you know? Like, right. But it's like things like this, like who the fuck is Cody Ford? Like, who are you, dude? Like, I mean, and like, who am I saying this? But like, who are you? And like, why are you being such a freaking dickhead? dickhead. Like, you don't cheat on someone, buy them a car, and then cheat on them again and expect nothing to happen and seize the car back. Like, you're such a weirdo. Like, what are you going to do with that? Like, you really need the car that bad?
I bet the new girl's also driving the car in Tiana's clothes.
Like, you're so weird. It's, like, psychopathic. Like, and then I literally hope a car brand deal comes about at least. Like, where, like, Enterprise or something, rent a car for this girl at this point for the month. Like, this is insane. Seriously.
Bananas. But my question is also, aside from the new girl, where does this guy have the time?
No, who has the time?
I think the same thing with like Tyreek Hill with all his baby mamas now, even though he's getting married, if not married already. But like, you have enough shit going on.
Right.
Why are you adding more to your plate?
Who needs that? You don't.
Right. Like, I feel like my life's busy as fuck. These guys are professional athletes with all these brand deals and like practices.
And chaos.
They just fuel in chaos.
Yeah, they live in the tornado. It's insane.
Crazy.
It's awful. And then, honestly, like, there is, like, a point that, like, I do, like, the thing is, like, I begin to feel bad. And I think about things like West from Summer House. Where he's like, as soon as he got on the show of Summer House, he gets all these DMs from all these girls, whatever. But like, to me, if you're with somebody and you can't, and like you're fully with somebody and like those things are enticing you, then like you need to be honest about that at least, because like otherwise like you're just insecure. Like that's what it is. Like You're feeding off of something that's like, you're just being a fucking weirdo. Like I just don't stand for that at all. Like, don't be weird. And unless Cody Ford's going to marry Leo Rodriguez, which I don't think is going to happen, this whole thing is not worth it. It's so fucking weird. It's beyond bizarre to me.
Right.
Beyond. It's like, I feel like I'm just throwing all these names out here, like while I'm talking about all of these things, but it's like, what's her name with Mush, that Mush guy
Marty
from...
Mush.
Like, the fact that they're still together,
Rhea and Marty.
shows that's, like, okay, like, maybe this was, like, the right thing. You know, like, sometimes, like, it doesn't have to be as, like, scandal as this. But, like, this is insane. Like, this is just so stupid. Like, if you put a ring on this girl's finger and you say that you're going to marry her and then you act like this, like, you are gross.
Right.
Like, you don't take anything seriously. Because you obviously didn't take the commitment of becoming this woman's fiance or husband seriously. You freak. Gross. And that's what I have to say. Those are my thoughts.
Okay, you ready for your double D's threes?
I'm ready for my double D's threes. Would you like to do yours first?
It's all you, my love.
I feel like I've been talking like my jaw hurts this episode because I've just been blah 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 blah.
Do you want to give your jaw a break? Or we can keep it warm now, man.
Don't be fucking gross. Okay. You can go.
Okay. Well, it's about that time, right? And I've been talking about it since April, since the NFL draft, where...
Oh, my God.
Since the Patriots drafted Drake May, I've talked about how it's the right move to rest him, to give him time to develop, see what you got on the roster. Don't throw him into the lion's den until he's ready. And I fully convinced myself, like I said I would, that I want him to play because I think he's legit. And you have Gerard Mayo coming out saying that, like, it was a true quarterback competition, and if that's the case, then Drake May did perform better than Jacoby Brissett, the veteran that they brought in, and all this mumbo jumbo, and it gets me excited. Like, I agree. Like, I think that he is already better than Jacoby Brissett, but I still don't think it's the right move to start him, no matter how bad I want it. My double D's threes are the three reasons why.
Oh, okay. And these are your reasons.
Yes. No matter how much I want him to start, these are the three reasons why Drake May should not be starting week 1 of the NFL season. I reserve my right to change my opinion as soon as the first game starts. Reason number 3. We stink as an organization. The Patriots stink, okay? There is no rush to being average. You're not going to make the playoffs. You're not going to win a Super Bowl. You're not even going to compete for the division because the other 3 teams in the division are very good. The Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets. They're all have Super Bowl aspirations. You're not going to compete with them. There is no rush to throw him in there and just start losing. No point. Number 2, the weapons around him. All right, the wide receivers, the running back. I mean, I love Ramondre Stevenson. I love the wide receivers that they have. Pop Douglas, the rookies Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, who makes people in wheelchairs stand up. But we don't know exactly what we got. Let them have time to develop. Work out that room first, the wide receiver room especially. We have a new offensive coordinator. Let's see what type of offense he can set up to get these players in the position to succeed. And if they can succeed with an inferior quarterback in Jacoby Brissett, then by the time that Drake May is ready to come in, boom, they're already a step ahead of themselves. So everybody will be elevated. But the number one reason, the real reason why I don't think they should start him, and the thing that really scares me is the offensive line. I don't know why. I don't know who. I know who's making decisions, Elliott Wolf, but I just don't understand why the Patriots' offensive line is so bad. These guys stink. Literally in the last preseason game, they're running into one another, resulting in Jacoby Brissett getting injured. I don't know where they got these guys, but they need to get new ones because they stink. The offensive line is horrendous, and that's the number one thing when you have a quarterback, aside from the weapons. You need to protect the guy. You can't just have him sitting back there like a sitting duck. Okay? He's going to get injured. He's going to get hurt. You don't want to get Drake May hurt. You don't want him to sustain any injuries that may linger throughout the rest of his career and the first little bit of his career. You need to keep him healthy. You need to keep him safe. And with that, you need to have a good offensive line. So until the offensive line proves that they can protect whatever quarterback is back there, keep him on the bench. No matter how much the media, no matter how much fans like me say we want him, we need Gerard Mayo and the people making these decisions to keep that in mind because we cannot have him getting hurt.
Thank you. That was amazing. I loved it. It's just crazy because it's if they're going to protect Drake May, they don't give a fuck about that other guy. They're like, yeah, you can go get her. It doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of fucking crazy.
Well, they're paying him $5 million to do so.
Yeah, not too shabby. I would get paid $5 million to get fucking tossed around a little bit too.
Ooh.
Not really by 300-pound men, but whatever. My double D's threes this week, very easy, very simple. Just the 3 reasons why I think that everybody should go and try to get to the U.S. Open because I loved it so much.
Love it.
Number 3. It's very easy to get to. Like I said, you hop on the train, you get there. We hopped on the train back super quick. Took 45 minutes to get back into the city, to do the whole thing. Unbelievable. We love the MTA with the public transportation with that thing. Unbelievable. $3 to go, truly. To get there is $3.
Right.
And I'm adding 25 cents.
Right.
And that's rounded up.
Right.
So, unbelievable. Number 2, the food there, the drinks there, the beveraging, the whatever scene, the consumption, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. World class. A1. I mean, you did it right when you selected who and what and where and why. And number 2. Number 1, I would say it's fun. It's extremely fun and it's super intimate. It's a great setting to watch a sports thing go on, I very much enjoyed it for those reasons, and I really if you even if you don't like tennis, I didn't even know truly a lot about tennis, and I really liked it.
Yeah,
I do wish if they explained things a little bit more, I had you explaining everything to me, so that was nice, but what, not good?
No, I'm guessing I didn't do a good job.
No, wait, I'm saying, I wish that, maybe before the round started, they said, each round has 6, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if they just said that to begin with,
right.
But I guess, they don't do that in, any other, they don't do that in, football, they don't do that in basketball, but, that would be nice. And that's it. Everyone should go to the U.S. Open. Yeah, Deuce. But it's time!
It's time!
To get into our sick puppy and interesting cat of the week.
Sick puppy of the week is Mr. Sauce Gardner. Sauce put up a post on Instagram of some construction going on in his house. This summer, he got really into golf. So basically, it was a golf simulator getting built in his basement, and the caption was, "What do you think? Like, what do you think I'm building here?" And some woman commented, and by the name of Callie Markakis, and she said, "A simulator to teach you how to not commit pass interference." And Sauce clapped back at her and said, "I'm sure your husband wouldn't like it if I told him you DM'd me your OnlyFans link, would he?"
No way.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if it's true. It's probably just Sauce being crafty.
Yeah.
Who knows? But that is a sick puppy move.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
I love that. Would you even get mad at that?
As long as you're paying the bills.
Yeah, like for real, like as long as she's keeping the lights on, that's amazing though. I love that. What a crazy comment for her to write too. Like
Crazy.
Pass interference. Who cares?
That's it. I mean, you don't want the cornerback, the people in Sauce Gardner's position don't want them to commit pass interference.
Oh.
It's a penalty.
It's a crime.
It's a crime.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. But like crazy for her to write that too.
But I love that.
Crazy for a guy to write that either way. Like, it doesn't matter, girl, guy, whoever. Like, crazy for someone to like write that though. But like, he did open it up. Like, what do you think? He can't get mad at it. Like, and be saucy back though, because like he literally said, I guess, but he said, "Do I even have to say when I'm getting built my new house?" Like, he opened it up for the public. He posted on a public forum.
Right.
So.
I bet, like, leading up to it, if she really didn't send him an OnlyFans link, I bet like he was like planning this. Like,
I can also take my own advice though with all of this stuff, because like I post stuff on like TikTok and then I literally cry when some people comment on stuff. I'm like, okay, great.
It's tough.
But yeah, it's definitely tough. So.
Interesting cat of the week is Mr. Jim Harbaugh, the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. So preface the story by saying 11 members of the Chargers football team were stuck in an elevator for like a extended period of time, which is one of my worst fears.
Yeah, no.
After a little while, they were able to get relieved from the roof of the elevator. They get pulled up, and
no way.
One of the players stuck in there was their quarterback, Justin Herbert, and like it was basically 10 players, and then like a wife.
10 players in an elevator. That elevator must have been huge.
Yeah.
Or they were stuffing it in there and they reached the limit.
Right. Exactly. I think that's probably what happened. But Jim Harbaugh is an interesting cat because of his quotes in his press conference after.
Oh, God.
It was just hilarious. So he said, quote, "You get in those situations and it's a test of wills. I was proud of each of our guys and the 2 women that were on the elevator. That's a win. You feel good about yourself. You were challenged. It was a test of will, and you pull it down and you pull it in." The coach also went on to say that
pull it down and pull it in.
He just missed being on the elevator that got stuck, and that he wishes that he got stuck with them to experience that with them as well.
Wait, what?
And he also went on to say, and it was hot. As each person came off the elevator sweating, and some had their shirts off, Justin Herbert, his hair was a little wet, but his shirt was completely dry. That was another thing that blew me away. Justin Herbert's a leader. He's a rock.
What?
Kept everybody calm, and everybody kept their poise.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? This is, like, ew, this is so fucking weird. Like, why? Why is he a freak about this?
Jim
This
Harbaugh?
is so weird.
Jim Harbaugh is an interesting guy.
This is so, I couldn't even imagine, like, first of all, like, being stuck in an elevator, like, your anxiety through the roof, like, now being stuck with, like, 10 football guys who are probably freaking the fuck out, who are, like, just as big as the elevator itself. Like, absolutely not. Have to be, like, up from the, no, this is so awful. Like, I couldn't even imagine. And then, like, this guy to be, like, a fucking freak and say weird things. Like, it's just so weird. Like, why is he being a weirdo?
That's Jim Harbaugh. That's a Harbaugh difference.
That is just, like, bizarre. Like, he wishes he was on a stuck elevator. Like, I literally don't wish that on my worst enemy.
No,
like,
in our elevators in our building, there's always one stuck somewhere, some floor.
No,
so
the elevator in my office building, that thing has a mind of its own. That thing is stopping and going. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. I'm like, I pray every single time. I hate being inside of it. Like,
yeah, I hate that elevator that you're office.
Awful. No, awful. They're so scary. Sarah got stuck in an elevator once.
Yeah, with Bocce.
Yeah, it's so fucking scary. And literally, like, they had to jaw it open and then, like, get her out. Like, I just don't understand when you're stuck in an elevator. Like, how does the elevator not fall? I don't get it. And, like, what are you supposed to do in that state? Like, you're supposed to try to jump. Like, how do you know? Like, what are you
one of
supposed
those buttons is to call for help.
But, like, how does the elevator not just, like, is it on pyrotechnics? Like, I don't understand. Like, if it gets stuck, does it, like, just become stiff?
Like, yeah, it becomes stiff. Exactly.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Yeah, so, like, then how do...
We should have on Alex's dad.
Oh, yeah, to talk about Otis elevators?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
If it was an Otis elevator, this would never happen.
Oh, yeah, never would have happened. Otis should do a sponsorship with them.
Yeah.
I'm out here with all the brand deals.
Yeah.
All the brand deals. Let's get into things you may have missed.
Things you may have missed. Travis and Jason Kelsey accomplished our dream, and they signed a $100 million podcast deal with Wondery.
Amazing. What's Wondery?
It's Amazon's podcast platform.
We're available on you, so.
Yes. We don't need $100 million. Give us 100,000. Give us $100, okay?
Yeah, at this point, just give us $1.
Buy our hat inventory, and you got yourself a deal.
Not much left, though. Not much left, so get it while it's hot.
Ronaldo started his YouTube page and has already become like that one of the biggest followers.
What's he posting on YouTube?
He posted a video just like this of him and his lady just talking.
Cute. You watched it?
No. Didn't have time.
Yeah, sure. You didn't have time. You're just on the fucking grind.
On my grind, baby.
Yeah, you're on the grind.
I just needed like some good like alone time there where I can set some candles, get a very romantic setting.
Ew, don't be a weirdo, okay? Like, you're like, get me some lotion. I'm fucking freaked out. Don't.
Speaking of soccer, Endrick, the young Brazilian soccer star, scored his first goal for Real Madrid in his debut.
Go, Endrick! We love you!
Scored his first goal for Real Madrid before Mbappe did. Not a shot at Mbappe, just pointing that out.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
King can recognize king.
Exactly. Kim Kardashian was in attendance at that game. She's sparking rumors that her and Vinny Jr., the other Brazilian soccer star with Real Madrid, are dating, as her son, Saint, walked out with Vinny Jr. before the game when the players walk out with the kids, and also went back out into the pitch after the game and kicked the ball around with Vinny Jr., while Kim K was sitting like pitch side, like lounging in her sweats.
Love that. I love this. I love this for her, like an international soccer sensation.
It's not her first time in Madrid, though, dating a soccer star for Real Madrid. Have I ever told the story with her and Ronaldo?
I think you have, but you can, of course, say it again.
Long story short,
you love this
I
story.
love the story. When Ronaldo was with Real Madrid back in his single days, he flew Kim K out on a PJ from LA to Madrid. Had dinner, had a great night, beautiful. The next day, she woke up, he was gone. Left a note in a gift basket saying, like, your plane takes off at this time. Sent her ass back to LA immediately and, like, went on and scored a hat trick that day.
I love it. Unbelievable.
G.
Is this rumors, though?
No, it's not rumors. No rumors here at all.
The
Seattle Mariners, the baseball team, fired their manager, Scott Servais. But the weird thing is that he found out he was fired via a news alert on social media hours before he was scheduled to meet with the general manager.
That's wild. I feel like that happens more often than not, though.
Yeah,
especially with
sports.
social media and stuff. They're probably like, we want to fire him, so like, let's see if the goose is good for the gander, whatever it is. Like, let's see if all these people are gonna come out, and if they don't, we're gonna keep them,
right.
Type of thing. Like, who's really that interested in us? You know? I feel like it's a test. Like, who's interested? Who's going to contact us within the next 3 hours? If we don't contact us within the next 3 hours, and we're just going to keep it and say that was just false news.
Yeah, but I just feel like there's like a level of respect that you should have for like your employees and your staff. To meet with them
could you imagine that was you? Like, could you imagine like you
I wouldn't go to the meeting. I wouldn't go to the meeting.
Me either. I'd be like, fuck you guys.
Right. Give me my money.
Right.
Give me my money.
Yeah. Give me my money.
Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Give me my money.
Babe Ruth, his called shot jersey sold for $24.2 million in auction.
That's so crazy.
Do you know what the called shot jersey is?
No, but I like it.
So Babe Ruth
I'm like, no, but I like it.
he has an iconic moment where basically it was like an important game for the Yankees, and he was literally sitting at bat and points to the stands, saying that he's going to hit a home run. First pitch, hits the home run, Yankees win the game. It's the call the shot game.
That's so
So that jersey
swag.
that he was wearing that day sold for $24
That's crazy.
million.
Just as much as some Honey Deuces.
Seriously. You need 2.5 years of Honey Deuce's sales to get that thing.
Sincerely.
Ted Lasso is back for a 4th season.
No way. They said it was done.
They said it was done, but just when you think they're out, they pull you back in,
When's
baby.
it coming back?
Don't know, but they're going to start filming soon.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's kind of crazy.
Yep.
I wonder why. Like, what
I don't know.
happened?
I almost let it slip to you yesterday, and then I was like, oh, wait, do you want to hear this on the pod? And you're like, yep.
Wait, no way. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for it. I'm confused. Like, why did they say, like, what? I wonder if, like, just, like, soccer here is taking off, so, like, they think that they could probably make some more money
Catch
with
the
it.
wave, baby.
I mean, it's just kind of wild. Like, I thought that they did that to be like, oh, like, we closed the book. Like, we don't need to do anymore. I mean, I love Ted Lasso, so I'm very, very, very excited about this news. This is amazing.
Right, and it's a circle of shows, so they can keep on going and going and going.
Exactly. I'm happy either way.
Right.
I'd be happy with 10 seasons.
Right.
Sign them for 6 more.
Right. In WNBA news, the Connecticut Sun and the Los Angeles Sparks played a game at the TD Garden in Boston.
Okay.
Where the Celtics play.
Why?
Because the Connecticut Sun is considered like the sister team to the Boston Celtics, even though they play in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Not only did they play a game there, they sold out the arena.
Wow, good for them.
Mm-hmm. So it shows that the game really is growing. Aside from the Angel Reeses, the Caitlin Clarks of the world, the game, the league, the game itself, women's sports in general is growing. So a very cool sign.
Hell yeah. Girl power.
Yes. And then your girl, Alex Earl. Some people are trying to cancel her. She had an issue with apology for some racial slur that she had in the Ask FM account. Don't even know what that is. Back in like 2014.
She was 13. She came out with like a whole statement. I already saw this. Like, I just like hard. Like, obviously, I can't comment on it because like I have no freaking clue. Like, it's just hard. Like, I feel like just people want to cancel everybody nowadays. Like, just
that's the thing.
Why are we looking through tweets from 20
That's
whatever?
it.
Like,
That's
who cares? Like, you're looking for a problem. It's like literally when you look through like your man's phone. Like, you're going to find something you don't want to see. So why are you doing it? You know what I mean?
But like, you can look at my phone if you want. But
no, I'm not. It's not that. Like, it's like, you know, when like when you're first dating, whatever. Like, anything that I can find, like I'll find a way. Right, like I'll find a way to twist it. Like, and by the way, if I'm looking in your phone through something from 2012 or 2013 or whatever it is, like I'm going to find something I don't want to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
but that's the point here. Like, should I don't even know what she said. Don't even know what it was. But like, sure, she shouldn't have said it. But.
But like, what's the rule? Like, now we don't know what the rule is. Like, 5 years,
Where's the
3
line?
years.
Like,
in this social media age, it's so
how
hard.
much of a loser do you have to be to go back fucking years of content to just find something like incriminating to someone? Like, you are a fucking loser.
But it's also hard, like, where it's like unless it's like actually hurting someone, like Diddy. Or
Diddy was 2 years ago with surveillance cameras.
And what's his face? Freaking oh my god, what the hell is his name? The one that got canceled, the rapper, the guy who like would literally like molest kids and stuff. Not Michael Jackson. The like, what's his name? The one, you can't play his music anymore.
The Ignition.
Yeah,
fresh out the kitchen.
What the hell is his name?
Mama rolling.
See,
that body got every.
He's so out of my brain. I completely canceled him. But it's like that. R. Kelly. Like. You fucked up back then. But, like, you fucked up back then. Like, you weren't tweeting some random shit as a 13-year-old. No, sincerely.
Jesus.
Like, you're not doing that shit. Like, she's literally just tweeting shit as an ignorant kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was ignorant, naive, whatever. And, like, that's it. That's all she has to say. Like, it's just so weird to me. Like, she didn't obviously mean it. Like, if she's, like, not... like, it's just, like, you all say dumb shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when... literally when I was like 6 years old, I said I want to be like a fucking potato or something like that. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? You're like, I don't know, a sneaker. Like, you know what you say the dumbest fucking shit. Like,
Right.
you don't know what you're saying.
Exactly. Just spend your time doing something more positive instead of
Yeah.
trying to pull somebody down.
Go do some community work.
Right. But things to watch. College football. We had a little appetizer last week, but this week's week one, the full slate of games. I fucking love it. I'm excited. I'm happy. So a few games that I want to watch that I probably won't watch all of them, but big games this weekend. Colorado versus North Dakota State. That happens Thursday night at 8 p.m. Clemson versus Georgia, Saturday at noon. Miami versus Florida at 3:30 on Saturday. Notre Dame versus Texas A&M. Shout out Heather. Saturday at 7:30. USC versus LSU Sunday at 7:30 p.m. And then Boston College versus Florida State Monday night at 7:30. Full slate of games, a lot of good games. I'm excited. Football is back, and I'm all jazzed up about it.
Amazing. Other things you can watch, obviously, is the U.S. Open.
Sure.
That is on for the next, 2 weeks or so. So definitely tune in. Even if you just watch a couple matches, keep it on the background. It's very soothing.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Listen to the grunts. Also, it's the PGA Tour Championship this weekend, so it's the top 30 players that have made it to this point. The winner of this tournament gets $25 million. So that's interesting in and of itself.
That's crazy.
Last place still walks home with $300,000.
Not bad.
Not a big deal.
Last place, third place?
30th place.
Holy we got to get into golf.
Yeah.
We got to become golfers. Fuck tennis.
I've been trying that forever. Still stink. And then lastly, if you're into Portuguese soccer, international soccer, Sporting, my team, is playing Porto. First real big game of the season. Both teams are undefeated coming into it. You're gonna want to cheer for Sporting. If you're gonna cheer for Porto, you can go kick rocks. But that's also on Saturday.
Amazing. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for everyone for listening. Thank you guys so much for listening every week or just this week. If you're new here, hi, hello. We're so happy to have you. Can't believe you've made it this far. It's unbelievable that you've been on this journey with us. Thank you, Samantha and Neil, for the tickets to the U.S. Open. Thank you, Hannah and George, for the tickets to Mike. Thank you, Nathan, for always explaining everything to me, for being the best co-host a gal like me can ask for always coming with the best topics on the planet weekly, and for just being the best ever. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a great Labor Day weekend, and we'll see you next week. Cheers!
Salud. Cheers.
With our $10 million drink glasses. Cheers! Thank you so much for listening to another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our podcast wherever you watch and listen, and give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Double Dose Pod.